Shalom, family, and thank you so much for joining us for this week's scripture reading. And this week we'll be reading from Leviticus chapter 9, verse 1 through chapter 11, verse 47, 2 Samuel chapter 6, verse 1 through chapter 7, verse 17, Hebrews chapter 7, verses 1 through 19, and Hebrews chapter 8, verses 1 through 6. And it came to pass on the 8th day that Moshe called Aaron and his sons and the elders of Yasharel. And he said unto Aaron, Take thee a young calf for a sin offering, and a ram for a burnt offering without blemish, and offer them before Yahuwah. And unto the children of Yasharel thou shalt speak, saying, Take ye a kid of the goats for a sin offering, and a calf and a lamb, both of the first year without blemish for a burnt offering. Also a bullock and a ram for shalom offerings to sacrifice before Yahuwah, and a meat offering mingled with oil. For today Yahuwah will appear unto you. And they brought that which Moshe commanded before the tabernacle of the congregation, and all the congregation drew near and stood before Yahuwah. And Moshe said, This is the thing which Yahuwah commanded that ye should do, and the kavod of Yahuwah shall appear unto you. And Moshe said unto Aaron, Go unto the altar, and offer thy sin offering, and thy burnt offering, and make an atonement for thyself, and for the people, and offer the offering of the people, and make an atonement for them, as Yahuwah commanded. Aaron therefore went unto the altar, and slew the calf of the sin offering, which was for himself. And the sons of Aaron brought the blood unto him, and he dipped his finger in the blood, and put it upon the horns of the altar, and poured out the blood at the bottom of the altar. But the fat and the kidneys and the caul above the liver of the sin offering he burnt upon the altar, as Yahuwah commanded Moshe. And the flesh and the hide he burnt with fire without the camp. And he slew the burnt offering, and Aaron's sons presented unto him the blood, which he sprinkled round about upon the altar. And they presented the burnt offering unto him, with the pieces thereof, and the head, and he burnt them upon the altar. And he did wash the inwards and the legs, and burnt them upon the burnt offering on the altar. And he brought the people's offering, and took the goat, which was the sin offering for the people, and slew it, and offered it for sin, as the first. And he brought the burnt offering, and offered it according to the manner. And he brought the meat offering, and took an handful thereof, and burnt it upon the altar beside the burnt sacrifice of the morning. He slew also the bullock and the ram for a sacrifice of shalom offerings, which was for the people. And Aaron's sons presented unto him the blood, which he sprinkled upon the altar round about. And the fat of the bullock and of the ram, the rump, and that which covered the inwards, and the kidneys, and the caul above the liver. And they put the fat upon the breasts, and he burnt the fat upon the altar. And the breast and the right shoulder Aaron waved for a wave offering before Yahuwah, as Moshe commanded. And Aaron lifted up his hand toward the people, and baruched them, and came down from offering of the sin offering, and the burnt offering, and shalom offerings. And Moshe and Aaron went into the tabernacle of the congregation, and came out, and baruched the people, and the kavod of Yahuwah appeared unto all the people. And there came a fire out from before Yahuwah, and consumed upon the altar the burnt offering and the fat, which when all the people saw, they shouted, and fell on their faces. And Nadab and Abihu, the sons of Aaron, took either of them his censer, and put fire therein, and put incense thereon, and offered strange fire before Yahuwah, which he commanded them not. And there went out fire from Yahuwah, and devoured them, and they died before Yahuwah. Then Moshe said unto Aaron, This is it that Yahuwah spake, saying, I will be sanctified in them that come nigh me, and before all the people I will be glorified. And Aaron held his shalom. And Moshe called Mishael and Elzaphan, the sons of Uzziel, the uncle of Aaron, and said unto them, Come near, carry your brethren from before the sanctuary out of the camp. So they went near, and carried him in their coats out of the camp, as Moshe had said. And Moshe said unto Aaron, and unto Eleazar, and unto Ithamar, his sons, Uncover not your heads, rend not your clothes, lest ye die, and lest wrath come upon all the people. But let your brethren, the whole house of Yasharel, bewail the burning which Yahuwah hath kindled. And ye shall not go out from the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, lest ye die, for the anointing oil of Yahuwah is upon you. And they did according to the word of Moshe. And Yahuwah spake unto Aaron, saying, Do not drink wine nor strong drink, thou, nor thy sons with thee, when ye go into the tabernacle of the congregation, lest ye die. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations, and that ye may put difference between kadosh and unclean, and between unclean and clean, and that ye may teach the children of Yasharel all the statutes which Yahuwah hath spoken unto them by the hand of Moshe. And Moshe spake unto Aaron, and unto Eleazar, and unto Ithamar his sons that were left, Take the meat offering that remaineth of the offerings of Yahuwah made by fire, and eat it without leaven beside the altar, for it is most kadosh. And ye shall eat it in the kadosh place, because it is thy due, and thy sons' due, of the sacrifices of Yahuwah made by fire. For so I am commanded. And the wave breast and heave shoulder shall ye eat in a clean place, thou and thy sons and thy daughters with thee, for they be thy due, and thy sons' due, which are given out of the sacrifices of shalom offerings of the children of Yasharel. The heave shoulder and the wave breast shall they bring with the offerings made by fire of the fat, to wave it for a wave offering before Yahuwah, and it shall be thine and thy sons with thee, by a statute forever, as Yahuwah hath commanded. And Moshe diligently sought the goat of the sin offering, and behold, it was burnt. And he was angry with Eleazar and Ithamar, the sons of Aaron, which were left alive, saying, Wherefore have ye not eaten the sin offering in the kadosh place, seeing it is most kadosh? And Elohim hath given it to you to bear the iniquity of the congregation, to make atonement for them before Yahuwah. Behold, the blood of it was not brought in within the kadosh place. Ye should indeed have eaten it in the kadosh place, as I commanded. And Aaron said unto Moshe, Behold, this day have they offered their sin offering and their burnt offerings before Yahuwah, and such things have befallen me. And if I had eaten the sin offering today, should it have been accepted in the sight of Yahuwah? And when Moshe heard that, he was content. And Yahuwah spake unto Moshe and to Aaron, saying unto them, Speak unto the children of Yasharel, saying, These are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth. Whatsoever parteth the hoof, and is cloven-footed, and cheweth the cud among the beasts, that shall ye eat. Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof. As the camel, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean unto you. And the coney, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean unto you. And the hare, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean unto you. And the swine, though he divideth the hoof, he be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you. Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch, they are unclean to you. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever hath fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat. And all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers, all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you. They shall be an abomination unto you. You shall not eat of their flesh, but ye shall have their carcasses in abomination. Whatsoever hath no fins nor scales in the waters, that shall be an abomination unto you. And these are they which ye shall have in abomination among the fowls. They shall not be eaten, they are an abomination, the eagle, and the ossifrage, and the osprey, and the vulture, and the kite after his kind, every raven after his kind, and the owl, and the nighthawk, and the cuckow, and the hawk after his kind, and the little owl, and the cormorant, and the great owl, and the swan, and the pelican, and the gyre eagle, and the stork, and the heron after her kind, and the lapwing, and the bat. All fowls that creep, going upon all four, shall be an abomination unto you. Yet these may ye eat of every flying creeping thing that goeth upon all four, which have legs above their feet, to leap withal upon the earth. Even these of them ye may eat, the locust after his kind, the bald locust after his kind, and the beetle after his kind, and the grasshopper after his kind. But all other flying creeping things, which have 4 feet, shall be an abomination unto you. And for these ye shall be unclean. Whosoever toucheth the carcass of them shall be unclean until the even. And whosoever beareth aught of the carcass of them shall wash his clothes, and be unclean until the even. The carcasses of every beast which divideth the hoof, and is not cloven-footed, nor cheweth the cud, are unclean unto you. Every one that toucheth them shall be unclean. And whatsoever goeth upon his paws among all manner of beasts that go on all four, those are unclean unto you. Whoso toucheth their carcass shall be unclean until the even. And he that beareth the carcass of them shall wash his clothes, and be unclean until the even. They are unclean unto you. These also shall be unclean unto you among the creeping things that creep upon the earth, the weasel, and the mouse, and the tortoise after his kind, and the ferret, and the chameleon, and the lizard, and the snail, and the mole. These are unclean to you among all that creep. Whosoever doth touch them when they be dead shall be unclean until the even. And upon whatsoever any of them, when they are dead, doth fall, it shall be unclean, whether it be any vessel of wood, or raiment, or skin, or sack, whatsoever vessel it be, wherein any work is done, it must be put into water, and it shall be unclean until the even, so it shall be cleansed. And every earthen vessel, whereunto any of them falleth, whatsoever is in it shall be unclean, and ye shall break it. Of all meat which may be eaten, that on which such water cometh shall be unclean, and all drink that may be drunk in every such vessel shall be unclean, and everything whereupon any part of their carcasses falleth shall be unclean. Whether it be oven or ranges for pots, they shall be broken down, for they are unclean, and shall be unclean unto you. Nevertheless, a fountain or pit, wherein there is plenty of water, shall be clean, but that which toucheth their carcass shall be unclean. And if any part of their carcass fall upon any sowing seed which is to be sown, it shall be clean. But if any water be put upon the seed, and any part of the carcass fall thereon, it shall be unclean unto you. And if any beast, of which ye may eat, die, he that toucheth the carcass thereof shall be unclean until the even. And he that eateth of the carcass of it shall wash his clothes, and be unclean until the even. He also that beareth the carcass of it shall wash his clothes, and be unclean until the even. And every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth shall be an abomination, it shall not be eaten. Whatsoever goeth upon the belly, and whatsoever goeth upon all four, and whatsoever hath more feet among all creeping things that creep upon the earth, them ye shall not eat, for they are an abomination. Ye shall not make yourselves abominable with any creeping thing that creepeth, neither shall ye make yourselves unclean with them, that ye should be defiled thereby. For I am Yahuwah your Elohim. Ye shall therefore sanctify yourselves, and ye shall be kadosh, for I am kadosh. Neither shall ye defile yourselves with any manner of creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. For I am Yahuwah that bringeth you up out of the land of Egypt to be your Elohim. Ye shall therefore be kadosh, for I am kadosh. This is the Torah of the beasts, and of the fowl, and of every living creature that moveth in the waters, and of every creature that creepeth upon the earth, to make a difference between the unclean and the clean, and between the beast that may be eaten, and the beast that may not be eaten. 2 Samuel chapter 6, verse 1. Again, David gathered together all the chosen men of Yasharel, 30,000. And David arose, and went with all the people that were with him from Baaleh of Yehudah, to bring up from thence the ark of Elohim, whose name is called by the name of Yahuwah Sebaot, that dwelleth between the cherubim. And they set the ark of Elohim upon a new cart, and brought it out of the house of Abinadab that was in Gibeah. And Uzzah and Ahio, the sons of Abinadab, drave the new cart. And they brought it out of the house of Abinadab, which was at Gibeah, accompanying the ark of Elohim. And Ahio went before the ark. And David and all the house of Yasharel played before Yahuwah on all manner of instruments made of fir wood, even on harps, and on psalteries, and on timbrels, and on cornets, and on cymbals. And when they came to Nahon's threshing floor, Uzzah put forth his hand to the ark of Elohim, and took hold of it, for the oxen shook it. And the anger of Yahuwah was kindled against Uzzah, and Elohim smote him there for his error. And there he died by the ark of Elohim. And David was displeased, because Yahuwah had made a breach upon Uzzah, and he called the name of the place Perez-Uzzah to this day. And David was afraid of Yahuwah that day, and said, How shall the ark of Yahuwah come to me? So David would not remove the ark of Yahuwah unto him into the city of David, but David carried it aside into the house of Obed-Edom the Gittite. And the ark of Yahuwah continued in the house of Obed-Edom the Gittite 3 months. And Yahuwah baruch Obed-Edom and all his household. And it was told King David that Yahuwah had baruch the house of Obed-Edom, and all that pertained unto him, because of the ark of Elohim. So David went and brought up the ark of Elohim from the house of Obed-Edom into the city of David with gladness. And it was so, that when they that bare the ark of Yahuwah had gone 6 paces, he sacrificed oxen and fatlings. And David danced before Yahuwah with all his might, and David was girded with a linen ephod. So David and all the house of Yasharel brought up the ark of Yahuwah with shouting, and with the sound of the trumpet. And as the ark of Yahuwah came into the city of David, Michal, Saul's daughter, looked through a window, and saw King David leaping and dancing before Yahuwah, and she despised him in her heart. And they brought in the ark of Yahuwah, and set it in his place in the midst of the tabernacle that David had pitched for it. And David offered burnt offerings and shalom offerings before Yahuwah. And as soon as David had made an end of offering burnt offerings and shalom offerings, he baruched the people in the name of Yahuwah Sebaot. And he dealt among all the people, even among the whole multitude of Yasharel, as well to the women as men, to every one a cake of bread, and a good piece of flesh, and a flagon of wine. So all the people departed every one to his house. Then David returned to Baruch his household. And Michal, the daughter of Saul, came out to meet David, and said, How glorious was the king of Yasharel today, who uncovered himself today in the eyes of the handmaidens of his servants,
as one of the vain fellows shamelessly uncovereth himself.
And David said unto Michal, It was before Yahuwah, which chose me before thy father, and before all his house, to appoint me ruler over the people of Yahuwah, over Yasharel. Therefore will I play before Yahuwah. And I will yet be more vile than this, and will be base in mine own sight, and of the handmaids which thou hast spoken of them shall I be had in honor. Therefore Michal, the daughter of Saul, had no child unto the day of her death. And it came to pass, when the king sat in his house, and Yahuwah had given him rest round about from all his enemies, that the king said unto Nathan the prophet, See now, I dwell in an house of cedar, but the ark of Elohim dwelleth within curtains. And Nathan said to the king, Go, do all that is in thine heart, for Yahuwah is with thee. And it came to pass that night that the word of Yahuwah came unto Nathan, saying, Go and tell my servant David, Thus saith Yahuwah, Shalt thou build me an house for me to dwell in? Whereas I have not dwelt in any house since the time that I brought up the children of Yasharel out of Egypt, even to this day, but have walked in a tent and in a tabernacle. In all the places wherein I have walked with all the children of Yasharel spake I a word with any of the tribes of Yasharel, whom I commanded to feed my people Yasharel, saying, Why build ye not me a house of cedar? Now therefore, so shalt thou say unto my servant David, Thus saith Yahuwah Sebaot, I took thee from the sheepcote, from following the sheep, to be ruler over my people, over Yasharel. And I was with thee whithersoever thou wentest, and have cut off all thine enemies out of thy sight, and have made thee a great name, like unto the name of the great men that are in the earth. Moreover, I will appoint a place for my people Yasharel, and will plant them, that they may dwell in a place of their own, and move no more. Neither shall the children of wickedness afflict them any more, as before time. And as since the time that I commanded judges to be over my people Yasharel, and have caused thee to rest from all thine enemies, also Yahuwah telleth thee that he will make thee an house. And when thy days be fulfilled, and thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, I will set up thy seed after thee, which shall proceed out of thy bowels, and I will establish his kingdom. He shall build an house for my name, and I will establish the throne of his kingdom forever. I will be his father, and he shall be my son. If he commit iniquity, I will chasten him with the rod of men, with the stripes of the children of men. But my mercy shall not depart away from him, as I took it from Saul, whom I put away before thee. And thine house and thine kingdom shall be established forever before thee. Thy throne shall be established forever. According to all these words, and according to all this vision, so did Nathan speak unto David. Hebrews chapter 7, verse 1. For this Melchizedek, king of Salem, priest of the Most High Elohim, who met Abraham returning from the slaughter of the kings, and Baruch him, to whom also Abraham gave a tenth part of all, first being by interpretation king of righteousness, and after that also king of Salem, which is king of Shalom, without father, without mother, without descent, having neither beginning of days nor end of life, but made like unto the Son of Elohim, abideth a priest continually. Now consider how great this man was, unto whom even the patriarch Abraham gave the tenth of the spoils. And verily they that are of the sons of Levi, who receive the office of the priesthood, have commandment to take tithes of the people according to the Torah, that is, of their brethren, though they come out of the loins of Abraham. But he whose descent is not counted from them received tithes of Abraham, and Baruch him that had the promises. And without all contradiction, the less is Baruch of the better. And here men that die receive tithes, but there he receiveth them, of whom it is witnessed that he liveth. And as I may say, Levi also, who receiveth tithes, paid tithes in Abraham. For he was yet in the loins of his father when Melchizedek met him. If therefore perfection were by the Levitical priesthood, for under it the people received the Torah, what further need was there that another priest should rise after the order of Melchizedek, and not be called after the order of Aaron? For the priesthood being changed, there is made of necessity a change also of the Torah. For he of whom these things are spoken pertaineth to another tribe, of which no man gave attendance at the altar. For it is evident that our Adon sprang out of Yehudah, of which tribe Moshe spoke nothing concerning priesthood. And it is yet far more evident, for that after the similitude of Melchizedek there ariseth another priest, who is made not after the Torah of a carnal commandment, but after the power of an endless life. For he testifieth, Thou art a priest forever, after the order of Melchizedek. For there is verily a disannulling of the commandment going before, for the weakness and unprofitableness thereof. For the Torah made nothing perfect, but the bringing in of a better hope did, by the which we draw nigh unto a Hayam. Hebrews 8, verse 1. Now of the things which we have spoken, this is the sum. We have such an high priest, who is set on the right hand of the throne of the majesty in the heavens, a minister of the sanctuary, and of the true tabernacle, which Yahuwah pitched, and not man. For every high priest is ordained to offer gifts and sacrifices, wherefore it is of necessity that this man have somewhat also to offer. For if he were on earth, he should not be a priest, seeing that there are priests that offer gifts according to the Torah, who serve unto the example and shadow of heavenly things, as Moshe was admonished of Hayam when he was about to make the tabernacle. For see, saith he, that thou make all things according to the pattern shown to thee in the mount. But now hath he obtained a more excellent ministry, by how much also he is the mediator of a better covenant, which was established upon better promises. Thank you so much for joining us. Shabbat Shalom.